Hi everybody, it's Olivia Rosalie. I want to talk for a few minutes about the group that I set up for the people over 300. I didn't realize until talking to one of the people that are in the group that it was actually really needed. When you're over 300 pounds, you have this huge number you have to physically lose, and it can be really overwhelming. And there's other things that people that are smaller that are losing weight that doesn't understand. I mean, I sit right here. I'm about 270, and I'm where people start, but I've lost from my heaviest 120 pounds, 125 pounds. So there's a lot of things that people have to you have to go through when you're as big as I was and as big as some of the people with us. We're the biggest people in the room. Some of us are the biggest people we know. In real life, you have the issue of finding clothes. You have the issue of finding clothes. If walking upstairs, seatbelt extenders on the plane, in the car. You worry about going into anywhere. If the seats are going to be strong enough. If you're going to be able to sit in the seat and it's not digging in your hips. Wanting to be able to paint your toenails and you can't reach your toes. It's all things that people that are over 300 have to deal with, that people that are under don't have that issue. I can paint my toenails. I'm 270 pounds. I can paint my toenails with no problem. So someone that's my size, that's trying to lose 100 pounds, could do this and wouldn't worry about not being able to reach your feet. Or putting on shoes and you can't reach your feet. Going to the bathroom and having issues trying to make sure you get your business done. And your arms aren't long enough. I mean, let's face it. There's things we need that other people don't. AJ's right there. So I opened the group so you could find people that are all trying to lose weight, trying to get motivated to lose weight, and that understand you more than anybody else is going to be able to understand you. And they're going to understand the yo-yos up and down. Most of us have been heavy our whole lives. Most of us have lost a lot of weight. It happens. It's how life is for some of us. The other thing that I physically have poured on everybody when I add them is that I'm setting 10-week goals up. When I physically kicked myself in the butt after I lost 20 pounds, I physically set up 10-week goals. I set up 10-week goals 6 years ago, and I lost 85 pounds after reading that Dr. Phil book, which everybody needs to read. If you're an emotional eater, if you've yo-yo dieted, he's got stuff in there that will physically deal with this and your weight, but it'll deal with this to fix this, because if you lose all the weight and you're the same person you were, and you have issues with guys and men, and then all of a sudden you're skinny and you're smaller and you're getting all this positive feedback because you've lost all this weight, your mind could say, oh, it's negative, and it starts to scare you, and then you gain weight back because you're scared. And that's one thing that I loved about the book. I am in the process of rereading the book myself. So, and goal setting. And he says to set up 10-week goals. So what I did is I got a calendar and I put 10-week goals every week. And I weeked it out. It was 70 weeks until I was supposed to be completely done. And my goal for being 265 at Weight Watchers was February 23rd. Well, due to an injury and other things, I hit the goal 1 month later in March. But every other 10-week goal, and I started in basically the tail end of July, I hit before. And I kept popping them out one by one by one by one by one. Now, granted, the ultimate goal of under 200 hasn't happened. But you know what? I'm where I am, and I'm comfortable with who I am. I love who I am. I still inspire people right now. But I'm working towards the next stage in this process. I've been stuck long enough that if I physically get back to where I was when I started losing, I should be able to kick it and just kill it, get to be exactly where I want to be. But that's me. I'm not talking about me. So I want everybody to be physically do a 10-week goal, and my thing is 1 pound to 20 pounds. Average weight loss is a half a pound to 2 pounds. So I'm not letting anybody set a 30-pound weight goal for 10 weeks. Even though it's possible, I could say probably almost every single person in the group could lose 30 pounds in 10 weeks. But I'd rather you set your goal for 20 pounds, reach it in 5, in 7, than hitting 10 weeks and only losing 25 pounds and being sad because you didn't hit that 30-pound goal. That's my biggest thing about the goals and you're splitting it up. You're not looking at this ginormous 150, 200-pound goal. You're looking at 10 weeks. For the next 10 weeks, this is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on these 1 to 20 pounds, get my workouts in, eat right, and see what happens in this next 20 pounds. Okay, so if you reach it in 7 weeks, then we go to our next 10-week goal. You're going to be more confident that you're going to be able to attain it, and you're going to keep going. And you're going to get that momentum of losing weight, and then you get excited, and you want more, you want more, you want more, and you get more focused, and you just want to keep going. Never get too obsessed that you have to be tiny. And remember, being as heavy as you are, you have to eat. It's crazy, I know, but you have to physically eat. Go to MyFitnessPal, get an account. It'll tell you what you're supposed to eat a day, and you have to reach that calories a day. And you don't, if you're adding in exercise, you don't want to leave more than 1,000 calories left over. You know, a day here, a day there isn't going to matter, but you can't consistently have 1,500 calories left over. It's not what the program's made for. But you want to physically get moving, eat right, and slowly get the weight off. And as long as you're moving forward, you're moving forward. If you don't reach your 10-pound goal, if you don't reach your goal in 10 weeks, then we reevaluate, and the next 10 weeks, we're going to get there and then get beyond it. It's all about never giving up. You never can give up on yourself. You yourself are worth it. So, I want to thank everybody for physically trusting me enough to want to be in the group, and I hope everybody gets out of it what I'm hoping, that you guys have friends and you guys can watch each other slowly get smaller and smaller and get healthier and healthier. And it's not about getting tiny. It's about reaching 299 pounds. And then what I expect once you reach 299 pounds, I expect you to physically support everybody else that is still working towards 299 pounds. I'm not kicking anybody out that is in here that goes under 299 pounds, specifically for the fact is you understand what everybody in the room is going through because you've lived it. There's a few people that are smaller that have lost 100 pounds that would be really good for the group because they've lived it and they understand it. And that's one thing that I really, really, I haven't even thought about adding any of them, but we're going to have people that are going to be really successful, and you're going to lose it one by one by one. And that's what I want to see. And then whenever everybody has success, it's like my little babies, and they're doing so well, and I love it. I love seeing it. So, but I want to thank everybody. I'm babbling again, so I need to shut up. And enjoy this process, because take your pictures, take your measurements, and enjoy the process. Because this only happens if you're physically successful. It's what you do in the beginning and the documentation that you have. When you get to where I am, you can look back and say, oh my God, my hips were 74 inches around. Now my hips are 53. That's huge. I mean, take a tape measure. That's almost 20. That's 21 pounds. That's 21 inches. That's almost 2 feet off my waist. But if you aren't brave enough to take them, you're never going to know.